Hey, this is Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with another trailer reaction. This one, Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. There was like a teaser trailer quite a while back that had me really hyped, and this is the second one. I was a little miffed. It seemed like they were changing the art style because that is one of the things that I really enjoyed. But man, we're just getting trailer after trailer after trailer. I thought I'd finished mine for the week. I did a whole batch of them recording. I thought, wow, 3 in all in 1 week, but I wanted to get them out. Now I'm going to have a fourth one. But yeah, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I mean, when it comes to comic books, like my top two characters are Spider-Man and Batman. And I know a lot of people have almost a negativity towards alternate iterations of these characters. They look at characters like Miles Morales as the same way they look at like when they had the movie and like they race swap Johnny Storm, or they do that kind of in the movies. And it's not. These are distinctive, separate characters. This is, just like different people wore the Robin suit over the years, and different people wore the Batman suit over the years. Uh, this is not changing who Peter Parker is, but this is the Spider-Verse. There's like tons of different versions from other dimensions, and Miles Morales starts out as Spider-Man's sidekick. And of course, when Spider-Man dies, that's when the young rookie, has to step up. His powers are different from Spider-Man's. He has some of the stuff that's similar, but not everything that Spider-Man has can Miles Morales do. And Miles Morales has his own tricks that he can do. And Spider-Gwen, you know, was a great, Gwen Stacy's death was so pivotal to, classic Spider-Man. I mean, MJ has kind of overshadowed Gwen Stacy. She's such a powerful character. The love connection between Peter Parker and Mary Jade is just so iconic at this point. But she's rather quite a bit more recent when you consider how long Gwen Stacy was Peter Parker's main love interest, and her death was a pivotal point. So having an alternate universe where it's Peter Parker who died and she got the powers really makes for an interesting and compelling character. And I want to see these characters in live action. But I also look at it and go, man, I kind of don't want to see them in live action because I know what the atmosphere is right now. And people are they're so raw, they're so sensitive because there's been a lot of stuff that has just been kind of garbage. Um, and it does seem like writers are more concerned about the check boxes, so to speak, than they are about the story in a lot of things. Not everything. But when I saw, Into the Spider-Verse, I instantly knew that was not the case. Uh, that was such a great story. It had such good moments. It was fun, too. To me, it is the best Spider-Man movie out there, bar none. Um, Spider-Man 2, I mean, that Doc Ock was really great. Um, but Spider-Man No Way Home made me realize that I really don't like that Peter Parker. And it retroactively made those movies worse for me. But this movie pays homage to them and makes me like them. And it even makes me like the Amazing Spider-Man movies better. So I think this movie does a really good job, and I'm excited about this. So, let's get into it. Let's see what they got for us. I don't even remember when this is supposed to come out, so I'm looking forward to it. New trailer starts now. Across the Spiderverse. Marvel? Sony?
can hear you being quiet, Mom.
I, hope I didn't ice your game, man.
No one my age says those words in that order.
It's just hard to see my little man not being my little boy all the time.
Yeah.
You know, for years I've been taking care of this little boy. Making sure he is loved, that he feels like he belongs wherever he wants to be.
Hitting all the feels of the previous movie.
He wants to go out
They had
into the
some good
world
stuff.
and do great big things.
Not bad, kid.
And what I worry about most
I love you, Miles.
is they won't look out for you like us. Miles! Want to get out of here? Wherever you go from here, you have to promise to take care of that little boy for me. Make sure he never forgets where he came from.
More Spider-Man.
And he never doubts that he is loved. And he never lets anyone
Yeah.
tell him that
Interesting.
he doesn't belong there. You gotta promise, Miles.
I promise.
Who do you think you are? Really?
We are supposed to be the good guys.
We are.
Spider-Man 2099. June 2nd, 2023. And of course, put the Sony. Yeah. Have that Sony cross promotion. Man, if I get a PS5, it is gonna be for that game. For the Spider-Man game. And Ratchet and Clank, but the Spider-Man game. Oh, man. That's interesting. I saw a lot of Spider-Man characters I didn't recognize. I'm imagining they're making some for this, and they're going to also do a lot of deep cuts. So I like that they had the family element, because there was a lot of stuff in the first one between Miles and his dad. So hearing like this conversation between Miles and his mom, I think that's a good thing that they're adding that layer to that. And then, you know, because not every superhero has to have their parents tragically die. Or maybe they do in this. They're setting us up for a, you know, classic animation, you know, dark backstory. But no, this is interesting. And so we're going to see a lot of Spider-Man, but I only saw Miles and Spider-Gwen from the original movie reappearing. I mean, I saw Spider-Man 2099 in there, and outside of that, I didn't recognize anybody else. It just seemed like a mass of just random Spider-Man. And in an infinite universe, you know, multiverse, that's going to exist. But I find it interesting because it's no joke that Miles and Spider-Gwen, like, there are a lot in that, like, there's a Spider-Woman that is not Spider-Gwen, who is technically known as Spider-Woman in her universe, but in the multiverse she's known as Spider-Gwen. You know, there's just there's a number, and Spider-Man 2099, like, those are some of the big ones. Spider-Ham, which was in the last movie, that was a big one that's in the comics. But by and large, most of the Spider-Man are either similar, or that's how, like, they say, oh, this multimedia, that's Spider-Man Earth this, or whatnot. DC and Marvel do that. That's how they go, oh, you know, like, our television shows are this cartoon series is this universe, this one's that, you know, and they don't have to have them all jive together perfectly. And, but, like, as far as, like, unique characters, because most of those characters are all Peter Parker. They're all different iterations of Peter Parker. outside of Peter Parker, Gwen and Miles are probably the two most popular Spider-Man, and the fact that they're not doesn't look like they're bringing back the whole cast, despite the fact that they're going to have hundreds of to me signifies that Sony wants to move forward with these characters. Especially, I could see them with them doing more with Tom Holland in the MCU, that they want to have standalone Spider-Man movies that are their own, that they don't have to worry about anything with Marvel. And they've got two Spider-Man here that they're building up in animation. They're getting a wider audience because this is just not TV animation, because they've been in the TV cartoons for quite some time. Well over a decade. And they've been in the comics for 2-3 decades now. I'm probably wrong, but it's probably about 2 decades. But, these aren't brand new characters. These aren't characters since Disney bought Marvel. These characters already existed. And then in the point of Gwen, this is a character that is based on a character. I mean, it's a mirror universe of a character from, the very beginning of Spider-Man. So there's a lot of legacy there. But getting that into an actual movie that parents will take their kids, because parents a lot of times, they're not going to sit down and watch the cartoons with their kids. They put that on their tablet, on the TV in the background, and they basically ignore it and go about their daily stuff. But when they take kids to a movie, that's when they understand stuff. That's stuff like the Mario movie. What that's going to do for like Mario video games and Mario recognition. Like Mario is such a household name. You can almost say, you play a Mario, is like, are you playing video games? But when parents go and see that, you're going to see a whole generation, because there's no joke that in the 90s, less girls played video games. It was very much male marketed. And in the 2000s, that kind of changed. And the divide is much less. Video games are for everyone. And not to say that girls didn't play video games back there, but it was pretty obvious that it was being marketed to boys. And that just kind of generally was the case. So you think like those people are mothers now. They're going to take their kids to that Mario. They're going to know Mario like they know the Minions, because parents just know this stuff. I went to a school play for Sing, and it was funny to have the people who were family members that don't have kids or have kids that have grown, like they have no idea what the story was, and they were completely lost because it was jumping around, when they're doing a play, they can't fully flesh out the scenes. So they were lost, and we were all like, the story's great. This is that. Well, we're parents. We've had to watch Sing. I got a 6-year-old daughter. I've had to watch Sing, 8 or 9 times. And I know my wife's had to do it much more. So it's the same thing with the Spider-Verse movie. Parents are going to take their kids to see this. They're going to get to know who these characters are. And that's going to be true of even the people, like they like the more adult based or like live action stuff. Because they're going to see this, now they're not going to be as abrasive or confused if suddenly they see a trailer for a live action Spider-Man and he's black. And they're going to go, whoa, Peter Parker wasn't... That's not Peter Parker, that's Miles Morales. And they're going to know who he is. I think that's a good thing. But like I mentioned at the intro to this, I am worried about that because I feel like there's so much baggage right. People are so raw that people are going to be hating on the movie before it even comes out. And these are amazing characters. And they don't supplant or replace Peter Parker. They are part of the greater ensemble. I mean, that's basically getting upset about a Nightwing movie or a Batgirl movie or whatever. Like they don't take over Batman. They are part of the Bat family. And, or, Terry McGinnis, who is Batman, but he's Batman in the future. So, which, you got Spider-Man 2099, which is Spider-Man from the future. And I believe he's Hispanic. I could be wrong about that. I don't know much about Spider-Man 2099 outside of a little bit from some video games and a Death Battle that I watched years ago. But, these characters, I want to see more of them. I want to see them get used. And I'm really looking forward to this. Now, this is in June. So we got stuff in May. We got the TV shows. We got the Mario movie. Like, all of this, like, 2023 is going to be a really good year. I did not like 2022. Mostly because I did not care for most of the Marvel stuff this year. Now, 2021, I liked a lot of the Marvel in that year. There were a lot of people that didn't, but I liked that. What we've gotten this year, outside of Multiverse of Madness, I've not really been a fan. I've not been a fan of the Star Wars this year. But we're going to get some more Bad Batch. Mando Season 3 is coming up. We've got, just a lot of good stuff coming. And you add in the Mario movie. You add in, we getting Sonic Prime. We're getting, the Knuckles live action. There's just so much I'm looking forward to. And that's kind of the difference. Is there's been shows that have come out that I've watched, but I wasn't looking forward to them. Or I was a little bit, but then I was just, this next year, will all of these land as excited as I am? No, but there's a lot of them I'm excited for. So this is great. I love this. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.